Let's take a journey into one of the most thought-provoking ideas in philosophy, a concept that speaks to anyone who has ever faced challenges, pain, or uncertainty. Friedrich Nietzsche once said that to live is to suffer. To survive is to find meaning in the suffering. At first glance, these words might seem negative, but within them lies the key to unlocking resilience, discovering your purpose, and can teach you how to live a truly fulfilling life. Imagine, you're standing at a crossroads in your life. One path is smooth and easy, while the other is rocky and uncertain, filled with challenges. Most of us would naturally choose the easier route. But here's the thing. The smooth path may be free of obstacles, but it leads nowhere. It's the difficult path, the one with struggles that transforms you. Nietzsche believed that suffering is not a curse to be avoided, but a necessary part of the human experience. It's through hardship that we find purpose and meaning. In this video, we'll explore Nietzsche's life-changing philosophy. Together, we'll discover how his insights can transform the way you see suffering, empower you to find meaning in adversity, and ultimately, inspire you to live a richer, more authentic life. Nietzsche's famous line begins with the raw truth: to live is to suffer. It's not an opinion or a pessimistic worldview. It's an observation of reality. Every person, regardless of your background, encounters suffering in some form. Think about it. Life itself is blended with pain, from birth to death. Every stage of our existence involves challenges. Physical pain from illness or injury, emotional pain from loss or rejection, or pain from your existence, the questioning of life's purpose, are all part of the human condition. But Nietzsche didn't see suffering as a mistake or a flaw in existence. Instead, he saw it as essential. Imagine a world without hardship. On the surface, it might seem like paradise, but without obstacles to overcome, there's no growth, no learning, and no innovation. Suffering pushes us to confront our limitations, tests our resilience, and ultimately evolve. Consider this. A seed must break apart to grow into a tree. A caterpillar must struggle within its cocoon to become a butterfly. And just like in nature, humans grow through their struggles. Suffering, Nietzsche believed, is not the enemy. It's the catalyst for transformation. So if suffering is inevitable, how do we endure it? Nietzsche's answer lies in the second half of his statement. To survive is to find meaning in the suffering. Meaning is what gives us the strength to persevere through life's hardships. Think of meaning as a compass in a storm. The storm, representing suffering, may rage around you, but the compass provides direction and purpose. Without it, we're left feeling lost, overwhelmed, and defeated. But with meaning, even the most intense suffering becomes bearable. Take Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychologist who was influenced by Nietzsche's philosophy. In his book, Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl described how prisoners in concentration camps endured unimaginable suffering. Those who survived often did so because they found a purpose, whether it was reuniting with loved ones, bearing witness to history, or preserving their dignity. Frankl's observations reinforce Nietzsche's insight. It's not the suffering itself that destroys us. It's the lack of meaning. When we can frame our pain with a larger narrative, it becomes not just bearable, but transformative. Nietzsche didn't just theorize about suffering. He lived it. His life was marked by immense physical, emotional, and intellectual challenges. Physically, he endured chronic illness, including debilitating migraines and progressive health issues that left him isolated. Emotionally, he faced heartbreak, including unrequited love and estranged friendships. Story of my life right there. Intellectually, his ideas were often rejected or misunderstood during his lifetime. Yet, rather than succumbing to despair, Nietzsche used his suffering as a source of insight and creativity. His words, including his book on Beyond Good and Evil, were born from his struggles. Nietzsche transformed his pain into great ideas that continue to resonate today. His life reminds us that suffering, while painful, is not inherently negative. It's how we respond to suffering that defines us. Do we let it break us, or do we use it as fuel to create, grow, and find meaning? One of Nietzsche's most transformative ideas is amor fati, or the love of fate. This concept challenges us to not only accept life's struggles, but to embrace them fully. To practice amor fati is to see every moment, even the painful ones, as essential and valuable. Imagine looking back on your life and saying, I wouldn't change a thing, not even the hardest moments, because they shaped me into who I am today. Think about a time in your life when you faced a major setback, a breakup, a failure, or a loss. At the time, it might have felt unbearable, but now, can you see how that experience taught you resilience, patience, or strength? That's the power of amor fati. It's not about glorifying suffering or seeking pain. Instead, it's about recognizing that every experience contributes to our story. When we embrace our fate, we free ourselves from resentment and regret. We stop wishing for a different life and start fully living the one we have. Nietzsche's philosophy aligns closely with the blueprint of the hero's journey, a person found in myths and stories across cultures alike. The hero faces trials, travels into the unknown, battles inner and outer demons, and ultimately returns transformed. Think about the greatest stories ever told. Their journeys are filled with struggles, loss, and hardship. But these struggles are what shaped them into heroes. Nietzsche challenges us to see ourselves as heroes in our own lives. Life's challenges are not the end of the road. They are the very steps of the journey. Each test is an opportunity to learn and to transform. What is your hero's journey? What challenges have shaped you? And what battles are you currently fighting? Recognize that these moments are not the end of your story. They are the chapters that lead to your greatest transformation. Here are practical steps to apply Nietzsche's philosophy. Reframe your perspective. See life's challenges as opportunities, not obstacles. When you face adversity, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? How can this experience shape me into the person I want to be? By shifting your perspective, you can transform pain into purpose. Create meaning through action. Nietzsche believed that meaning isn't something you find. It's something you create. Set goals that align with your values and take consistent action towards them. That's exactly why I make these videos. Whether it's pursuing a passion, helping others, or striving for personal growth, your actions give your life meaning. Embrace responsibility. Nietzsche emphasized the importance of taking ownership of your life. Don't wait for external circumstances to bring you happiness or fulfillment. Instead, take responsibility for creating the life you want, even when it's hard. Nietzsche's philosophy is not for the faint of heart. It requires courage. The courage to face life's hardships, embrace uncertainty, and create meaning in a chaotic world. But with courage comes freedom. The freedom to live authentically and fully. So the next time you encounter pain or adversity, don't run from it. Don't numb yourself to it. Instead, lean into it. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to grow and evolve? Life isn't about avoiding suffering. It's about transforming it. And when you do, you'll discover that every struggle, every score, is part of the masterpiece that is your life. Remember, your pain has a purpose, and your struggles have meaning. You are the author of your own story, and you have the power to make it extraordinary.